I ask that with these protections, that we only receive messages from the highest source and that it is only for our highest good. Anything that is of neither the highest source or for our highest good, please block that. Please protect us from anything that would cause us harm and that would bring us down. And let's begin. Thank you. Amen. All righty. Woocha. Here we go. Okay. So, why? All right. We're gonna go in a direction I wasn't planning on going right now. I just had Donnie Jr. pop in my head. I don't know why. So, let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, Donnie Jr. What do you need to say about him? All right, he's the one working with a foreign entity. I see him with the Four of Cups. Interestingly enough, it's him being rejected. There's a Tower in reverse. There's a Nine of Wands in reverse. There's a Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my gosh, there's a Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, so the initial read is why did you get married? Why did you get married? I do have a Nine of Cups as the underlying energy, as the energy that is driving these cards. But good Lord, oh yay! Okay, petty and ready. Listen, Carly, if you don't put that on a shirt, girl. Okay. I thought she was drinking and having bad dreams. I think that's what's happening. Yep. Or maybe she's thinking the drink is giving her the dreams. Okay. Oh, she's check. Okay. I think so, because you notice like my nose just started bothering me again. What? Oh my God, chills. Okay, Bonks, what are you doing, girl? Why are you bringing him up? Oh, it's like the tingles are all the way in my head. Yo, okay, let me write this down. We're starting with Donnie J. We're starting really late too. That's 46 minutes in. Donnie Jr., 46 minutes. Okay. Y'all. Yeah, you think that's what she's thinking? Okay. So as I was saying, yeah, I got chills on that. That's exactly what it is. So, that explains why her mom can't get through to her, because if she thinks it's happening from the dreams, okay. Anyway, y'all. So this first card, right, is the Three of Wands, and as we have been talking about, hey, Karma girl, this is giving me foreign stuff, foreign interference. Someone, distant lands. This is not giving me him wanting to travel there. This is telling me that this is who we are in conversation with or in contract with or something of that nature. So there's some intertwining here that is not good, like not good at all. Especially with this being the very first card out, this is telling me we got issues here. This doesn't feel like him wanting to run away. This feels like the business partner or who's in this, because the second card here is the Four of Cups. Now, this is really interesting because in the Four of Cups, usually when we look at this card, the Four of Cups is the one doing the rejection. But in this case, he's being rejected. I mean, if y'all look at him, he's the one being rejected, right? Um, even though there's a cup here, there is a cup here. And so it is being proffered, but he's not even aware of there being another option. So if he's not aware of there being another option, then I'm going to have to consider this almost as a Three of Cups here, which is my pedo guys usually, right? That makes sense. Um, he's down bad. This is really interesting for me. That hey girl, he's down bad. Hmm. Because right after this comes the tower, like right after, and this tower is in reverse, but this is just delaying of this inevitable thing that's getting ready to happen. Because again, the very next thing is the Nine of Wands in reverse. So this is something he's not going to make it through. He's not going to be able to survive. And that is problematic. Um, things are coming down for him very quickly. He looks lost. Look at this. Look at this shepherd. I don't know if y'all can see his face very well, but he looks. Hold on, let me see if you can with this camera. But he looks really. Yes, this wife is involved. That's why, like, I immediately had the question of why did you get married. So I guess we can look at that for a second. But this guy looks like he looks lost. He doesn't look like he's leading, even though this is like shepherd energy. But like I said, he's in reverse. So instead of being the shepherd, instead of being the leader, he's lost. He's lost. He's lost. He's lost. Okay. Because then we have the Ten of Pentacles. And now the Ten of Pentacles, this should be a celebration card. This should be about family. This should be about legacy. You see this. This is a husband and wife. They're growing old together. They have children. They have money. They have a castle. This is supposed to be like a big deal, like a good thing. He did just get married, right? However, it too came in reverse. This feels like these contracts becoming null and void, or um, this feels like contracts not working out at all. This feels like his contract's not working out. Something's here. And this Ten of Pentacles, I'm trying to get what this is right now. Because this right here, wait. There's a Knight of Swords behind this, and a Page of Pentacles behind this, and a Seven of Swords behind this. Okay. Um, yeah, he's about to be caught in the rat trap everybody else is caught in. These rich people going down. Period. That's it. That's it. That's all. Because he doesn't have actual money yet. He has contracts with the government, so he has like play money, but he doesn't have actual money yet. Um, this wife. There's something very interesting about this wife. I don't think this was a good marriage. I don't. Okay. Because look at this. The next cards that come out are relationship. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. We have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Lying, manipulative, Queen of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Two of Cups. And we have the Star. Followed by the Moon. Followed by the Devil. Followed by the Weakness. Followed by the Lovers. Why so many majors? And then Temperance. Y'all, these cards were very well mixed. Oh, Jesus, this boy is in deep now. He's in deep now. He's in deep doo-doo. Oh no, what was this marriage about? This marriage is not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. He got played by this woman. He got honey trapped by this woman. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, yes he did. Oh my gosh. Because with these relationship cards, that's where all these majors followed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 majors followed right after this marriage. The Star, the Moon, the Devil, the Strength in reverse, the Lovers, the Temperance in reverse, and then also the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. Yes, wifey was definitely a trap. She was a trap. And it's interesting because in our initial reading of them, they are compatible. And they really are. But she's got a job to do. And she's going to do it. Just real quick, I'll show you where the form is. So let me share. I'm going to share screen real quick. So I'm going to share. So I'm going to share this screen. All right. So if you go to any of these videos, right? So I'm going to go to the live. If you go to any of the lives that we've had in the last couple of days, then you will see the link to the form. So the form is the very first link. So you should see it says to apply for one of the limited soul reading sessions, follow the link to complete the pre-session reflection to make sure this journey aligns. So that will be this very first form. It's the first sentence here. So from that form, you'll, once you fill out the form, then you'll be taken to a place to book your, you'll be taken to the place to book your, what am I saying? Your spot for one of the 10 soul reading sessions. So this is the booking calendar. Let me share this page. Again, you can only get here after you fill out the thing, but you see it's this. So you'll see it says soul reading. It tells you to choose one of these things. It's about a 30 to 45 minutes. I put 45 minutes, but it's 30 to 45 minutes in length for our session. And then you just grab one of those. And then when you hit the next step, it'll take you to payment. So it's those 3 steps. It's fill out the pre-registration, not registration, reflection, because I talked about this yesterday in yesterday's video, but I want to make sure that we're aligned with each other, because that's going to be some deep work, and that you're ready for it as well, because it is going to be deep work. And I will tell you, like, whenever you do any kind of deep work, it becomes a little unsettling because life isn't able to stay the same. At least for me, that's what I've noticed. But anyway, so yeah, so you should be able to see that with, wrong screen. You should be able to see that right there in the beginning. It says to apply. So it's the very first sentence. And it's only in the last couple of videos because I just added that. So actually, it's not even the last couple of videos. It's just yesterday's video, the June 5th video. That's where you should be able to see it. And then there you go. So if I remember because it takes these things a while to spool. If I remember, I'll put it in the comments after the video is recorded. Yeah. So yeah, we're talking about Donnie J. For some reason, Donnie J popped up in my head. So that's why we're talking about Donnie J. It looks like Donnie J is on his way to his own downfall. Okay. It just feels like this is where we're headed now, because the very first cards out again are the Three of Wands. This is telling me about who he's in partnership with, who he is working with and working for. I see the Four of Cups of him feeling trapped, not seeing a way out. But it's interesting too, because this hand, I can't, like normally it's like some kind of godly hand or whatever. But in this case, it's like I can't tell if this is a woman's hand or if this is, it looks like a skeletal hand even. So it's like trying to entice him into something, and he just can't seem to either see his way out or see this thing. But there's definitely this refusal here. I think he's it feels like feeling trapped once again, because now he's crossed the line into being, well, I mean, he's already crossed the line before. And oh, that's how, okay. Oh, wow. All right, we're going to read on that, and I'll come back to that, and I'll tell you what the oh, wow is. Yeah, the talk to the hand. You can't see the comments on video. Oh, no, I would put the comment after we spool the video. That way you'll be able to see it, because it'll be like a regular video, like afterwards. But anyway, it, like I said, it's in the description. So it's the very first sentence in the description. I keep biting my mouth, so it's making me talk funny. All right. So that nose candy will take him out of here. That explains that too. Because, okay. Because cups could be like medicinal things. All right. All of them involved in arranged marriages. Yes. Yes. I have a friend, okay, hold on. I'm gonna tell you about another friend's book. Her books are amazing. I can't read them. They're dark. They're dark romances and stuff. They scare the shit out of me, because I'm not into that. But they're pretty good. I read 1.5 of her books. I couldn't stop turning the page, but then I stopped turning the page because it got really, really dark, nighttime wise and content wise. Like there's kidnapping, there's violation, there's murder, like there's all this stuff in her books. But the book is really good. So if you like that kind of book, that's your thing. I'm going to tell you about it really quickly, because her name is Angel M. Shaw. You can find her on IG and I think on TT. A lot of people are being a little bit more careful because of the surveillance that's going on these different platforms. But at this point, it's like, what do you do? So this book, and I'll put a link afterwards. But these books are really, really good. So her pen name is Angel M. Shaw. And so this book is called, and I'm going to tell you why I'm talking about this book. So Shadowplay is the one that I read. This is book 1 in this Devils in DC saga. That should already tell you what we're talking about. It's Devils in DC saga. All right. So literally, she's writing about this world that we're reading on. And this first book was published July 24th. It had been ruminating in her head, I think at like the beginning of the year or late in 2023. And then she published it in 2024. It's really good. It's on, it's on Kindle. But there's this one part where she talks about one of the MCs. The main character is in an arranged marriage. That's how we got here. He's in an arranged marriage with basically, it's like old school, because these people think they're still in the feudal age. So they were marrying to gain more political power. The dads were marrying them for this, but the dads are also part of some kind of Illuminati type of stuff too. And so this main character who, you know, she has anxiety. She's like a therapist for like this autistic child in this book. Um, it's just really well written, and it talks about things differently than other people talk about it. But there's this one part, I don't really want to give it away. I really don't want to give it away. But there's an island there. Let's put it this way. So there's an island. She put the island in there. And something happens on the island that, um, besides the things that normally happen on the island, but something happens in the island to one of the bad guys. And I'm like, yes. But it was gross, even the way she wrote it. So it's just really good. And so it is a dark book. It's that dark romance stuff. Um, and then I don't know what second. I think the second book in this. This is I got halfway through this and I was like, my stomach can't take it. But it was really good. I wanted to finish reading it, but it was really good. Oathbreaker. It's the same people. It's a series, so the same people, but like, yeah, it's really good. So you see, I was reading it, and then I was like, I can't keep reading it because I don't read dark. I just don't read dark. But I wanted to support, and I finished that one. It was a good read, but this one I got a little stuck on. And as y'all can see, she has pretty decent ratings because they're good. You know, it's just marketing and stuff is a thing. All right, so that just made me think about that. If you're into dark romances, you might want to read about this. But it just felt like, because she's also spiritual, so it feels like she literally got a peek into their world. And so when I see some things play out, I'm like, she wrote about that. She wrote about that. Oh my God, how's she know this is going to come up? It's incredible. Yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff, Jen, by all means, honey. By all means, honey. I can't do it. My stomach was hurting the entire time. I mean, there was chases, there was kidnapping. Like, you know, it starts off a little slow because it's a slow build to this thing. They weren't enemies to lovers, but it was something like, you know, she was a normal person with her own past. He was a billionaire's kid. Oh my God, the opening of the book set the tone. I will tell you that. The opening of the book set the tone. And I was like, oh, do I keep reading? Oh, it was horrendous. But it was so well done, so I kept reading. And now it's just like stuck in my head. It's stuck in my head all the time. Because everything that's happening, I'm like, she talked about that. She talked about that. She talked about that. Anyway, so thinking about this guy, Donnie J, and this marriage and his thing, like one of the guys that she described, the woman he was being betrothed to, when she described that dad, I was like, oh my God, that's DJ. You know, like that's DJ. It was so disgusting. I felt like I was there with him. Like, ew, that's him. It's really well done. But anyway, so speaking of this guy, coming back to this, I can't believe this. He's in he's watch how fast this happens. That's what I'm gonna say, because the Three of Wands is some pretty fast energy, right? The Three of Wands, the foreign, this is some pretty fast energy. The Four of Cups is kind of slow, so I think this is going to be a slow realization for him. Maybe like, who the hell did I marry? What did I get myself into? That might be what's going to happen here. But that Tower is fast energy. It's going to happen and take him down. The Nine of Wands is going to be hit after hit after hit. So that's going to take him down. It was in reverse. Then we had the Ten of Pentacles. So like I said, this feels like contracts falling out the sky, not going all the way through, money not being complete, or deals not going all the way in, or I feel the partner not being on the up and up. Isn't the partner like Howard Luddy's children? I think oh, that's right. And he's part of that crypto thing. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's losing money fast. Um, that's what I'm saying. He has play money. And his play money is vaporizing. Then we have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups, I'm going to get a clarification on this because I'm like, is this our boy or is this all his foolish behavior coming home for him to get caught up in, right? So this is Page of Cups, Page of Cups, Page of Cups. So this could be Narco Coolio or it could be something else that ain't on the up and up. And like I said, the energy underneath was the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is a wish card. So it's like, he's driven by this thing of trying to be something he's not, is what I'm getting. Right? He's driven by this thing of trying to be something he's not. He's trying to make stuff happen. And I just don't see it happening. And right behind that, right behind the Nine of Cups was the Knight of Swords. And you see this Knight of Swords, it's got a sword raised up. The horse is charging. And it doesn't feel like positive energy for him. I keep getting tingles again. It doesn't feel like positive energy for him. Because after this was followed by the Page of Pentacles. So this feels, again, like somebody revealing information, somebody offering up information. I don't think that's him. What's after this? Oh, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, having to face the music. Okay, so yeah, it feels like let me read into that. Hold on. Because I'm trying to understand, is that him or is that somebody offering this information on him? Because we got the Page of Cups and then the Page of Pentacles. That's interesting stuff here. Okay. And then we get into the marriage stuff with the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Cups, thinking it was one relationship, but it's not. It's a different relationship than what he thought he had. We have the Two of Cups, them being bound together, followed by the Star card, the Moon card. The Star card is telling me that I think she's an agent for the other people. I think that's who's honey trapping her with him, because then we have the Devil. And then we have this weakness here. So there's weakness and then the Lovers. So being in even deeper contract because the Temperance is out of balance. So he's trapped essentially is what I'm getting, because again, we got the Ace of Swords the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Y'all know that's usually my my evidence card, the way that I usually read it. And then we have the Six of Wands. This feels like all that global takeover stuff, right? Because the Six of Wands in reverse is my Pegs card. And then we have the Sun in reverse. So there's, and then the Five of Swords. Oh my gosh. I don't feel good things for him. Let me clarify this with regards to that Page of Pentacles and that Page of Cups. All right. Can you clarify? Oh, Queen of Pentacles. Y'all know this, my Ash. Queen of Pentacles with the Magician. Let me tell you how much this girl is pulling all these different people down. Let me tell you how much this girl is pulling all these people down by putting on makeup. All right. So I don't do personal readings, you guys. If you want to do personal readings, you'll have to go to my website. Okay. So Wifey's mom is Under Secretary General of the United Nations and Executive Director of the United Nations Environmental Program, headquartered in Kenya. Kenya is a country in which the J people are taking over. They're buying up land. And I won't say J people, I'll just say I people, because those are two different things. So I people are running away to Kenya to take it over. Now, if you remember, I don't know if you remember, but there was a conversation about how the Z people were trying to decide if they were going to take over the PALs in Giza, or if they were going to go to Argentina, or if they were going to go to Africa, Uganda. It seems like they've decided on Kenya as the next place. Anyway, one of the reasons why this brought me immediately back to the girl who does makeup is because this is the guy who has space lasers. So, oh yeah, Sean. Yes, Sean. The girl who has space lasers. The guy who has space lasers. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. But yes, Sean. Kenya is... Uh-huh. Okay, so I'm going to just share this part. We're not going to dig deep into it because I don't want to go too far off, but you can look this for yourself. This amount, I think I saw it in April, but, and you see what they made them do? And on October 7th of last year, they made them do a pro these people. Well, guess what ended up happening? You have this developer here who is buying up land, and Al Jazeera talks about it a couple times. And so you have a Z person plan to create a mini state in Kenya. That was in February. So, yeah, they're still colonizing. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to brutalize the people there like they do every place they go. Okay? And their president fell also. Yeah. So this is going to be some real interesting stuff that takes place in the fallout of everything that's happening here. And this is interesting too, because this doesn't make sense. Defense and intelligence. The nations share deep security cooperation. That's what they're trying to do here. Yeah. Yeah. They routinely partner with Kenya to introduce this stuff. Yeah. Whatever. They deployed the world's first mobile climate laboratory. I don't trust anything they do. So they're doing that. They're doing that. Yep, that one leaked into my algorithm last month. Okay, so again, you guys, I'm not doing personal readings. This is usually why I don't read on TikTok, because I don't do personal readings. Y'all find somebody, please, who does. I'm doing a political reading, and I'd like you to chill with me and do it that way. All right, so like I said, this is the girl who does makeup, who has a baby with a guy who has space lasers. So this makes sense about that then, because we could be talking about the additional evidence she would have because she was in that sphere. And whatever information, that makes sense, because she's like, I don't know how much I can say. I don't know how much I can say. And so if she was in that sphere at the top, because she's with the guy who has the space lasers, then she should know something about some kids of that guy. Okay. Let me see. What else is that? Page of Cups. Let's Page of Cups are normal. Page of Cups. Page of Cups with regards to Donnie J. Donnie Jr. Page of Cups. Page of Cups. Page of Cups. This man is about to hit one of the... is he going to make it out of it? I don't know. Because, you know, some of them won't be able to make it out. But I'm uncertain with him. Donnie J, Donnie J, Donnie J. Donnie J, Donnie J. Page of Cups. Why are these pages? Explain these pages for me, please. Oh, sorry. I have these things turned around. Can't do that. Okie dokies. What's going on with Donnie J? Okay. Nine of Pentacles. We already got the Nine of Pentacles with him. And the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. And the Ten of Swords. Oh my God. And then the King of Cups. And then the Ten of Cups. Oh, Jesus. And then the broken contract. With the Two of Cups in reverse. And the High Priestess. Y'all. This man is... I guess the best way I can say it is... because I want to say he's a pawn, right? I want to say that they're playing with him. They're using him as a pawn, but he's a little further back than a pawn. But the word that I keep getting is fodder. What is fodder exactly? Because isn't that a laughing stock? Fodder? That's agriculture. Maybe a fodder. Fodder. What does it mean to be? Oh, to be used as fodder. Oh, wow. But you can be used as fodder? To be treated as expendable. Oh my God, that's exactly it. He is... okay, that's the word I was getting. So it said used in a military context. It's like cannon fodder. So to describe soldiers who are treated as expendable and sent to the front lines to die or distract the energy. Tabloid or gossip fodder refers to people, celebrities, or their personal lives acting as easily digestible content for gossip magazines, such as a marriage, social media, or talk shows. All right, so he's being used as fodder. How about that? He's being used as fodder. He's a distraction. But here's the thing. Again, these contracts, this money, these things that he's being used to push through because of who he is, there is this drone contract. Because of who he is, there was this T-Rump coin. Because of who, you get what I'm saying? So it's like because of his name and connection to the guy at the top, he's been used kind of like as a Trojan horse. He is fodder. He is the easy target. And he's being betrayed. He's definitely being betrayed because that law is going to sweep him up. And there's the wedding. So we have 3 10s here. He's coming to an end, y'all. There's 3 10s. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Cups. There are 3 10s here. He's coming to an end because there's a 2 of Cups being split. So right after the 10 of Cups, we drop down all the way to a 2 of Cups. This marriage was the fodder, the gossip. But really, this is going to happen pretty much right away. Even though it's a 2 of Cups card, he's going to be trapped because there is stuff going on in the background, hidden agendas that he's going to realize really quickly when the honeymoon is over. So, because he's part of Dumb and Dumber. They used him. They used him. So, okay. I think we're going to hear about him pretty soon because he popped right in my head. And he popped in my head. So we're going to hear about him very soon. All right. Wow. That was crazy. You got chills, right? On the word fodder. I was like, why are you giving me fodder? Yep. There's that 9 of Pentacles again. 9 of Pentacles, that 5 of Cups, 2 of Swords, and 6 of Cups. Okay, who are we talking about now?